Okay, I'll create a new file. Okay, so three types of operator we had seen in the last class. Okay, we'll see membership and logical operator as of now, right? So let me just copy this thing. All right. Logical operator. What is this? Okay, so see, there we generally consider three types of operator over here. Okay, first one is called AND. Okay, and will do what? And will compare two conditions at the same time. Okay, one at the left hand side, one at the right hand side. Okay, and if both the conditions are true, then only it will return true. What exactly I mean? Let me show you. Okay, let's say I am writing over here print true and true. Okay, so when both are true, it is what? It will give me what? Outcome as a true. All right. 1 minute, guys. Okay. So when we had used true and so this and is what? This and is actually logical operator. Okay. So out of these two things, if any one of them is false, right? Like suppose false and true. So it would be what? False, true and false. Then also it will be false, false and false. Okay. Then also it will be false. Okay. Now the case is where we can use. So see, there will be a situation where you have to compare two different conditions at the same time. Okay. Then in those cases you can use it. Like for example, let's write a program to compare user input. Okay, is to compare, or you can write a program to compare a number. Okay, entered by user. Okay, what you have to compare? If it exists between 20 and 30. How can I do it? All right. So let's define a number. Okay, I am defining it as a 27. Now I have to compare if it is between 20 and 30. So first condition, what I'll write? I'll write like this: number greater than 20. Okay, this can be the first condition. So obviously this will return what? True. Okay, then we can have the second condition. print number lesser than 30. So here we are using what comparison operator I had shown you yesterday, right? That means in the last class. Okay. Now I have to see if both the conditions are true at the same time. If I want to check if both the conditions are true at the same time, we can do what? We can use AND operator over here. Okay. Now if you see, I'll check. It will compare both the conditions at the same time. It says when first condition is compared, it is true. When second condition is compared, again it is true. Okay, and when both the conditions are compared like this. Okay, suppose entered number is what? 17. Then it would be false. And suppose entered number is what? 37. Then also it will be what? False. Okay, that means what? If I enter a number over here, input, enter a number. Now I want the number to be numerical, so I can typecast it. Okay, then only a number will be considered as a numerical number. That means in a numerical data type, otherwise it will be string. Now when I enter a number, if I enter a number lesser than 20, which is actually lesser than 30 as well, but if it is lesser than 20, it would be false. If I enter a number more than 30, then it will also be false. Okay, that means this guy can only return true if the entered number is what? Between 20 and 30. It can be like 22, then it is true. So AND is what over here? Logical operator. Okay, what's the next logical operator? It is OR. OR will do what? OR is basically used to compare, okay, and indicate if any one of the condition is true. Okay, like in AND, when we are comparing multiple conditions, and make sure and basically returns when all the conditions compared are true, isn't it? All the conditions which are compared, if it is true, then only final outcome will be true. This is what AND do. Okay, what OR do? Let's see. Print true or true. Okay, or basically compares if any one of them is true, right? Like true or false, then also it would be true, right? False or true, that would be also true. Okay, only one case it will be false, if both the conditions are false. So here OR is what? A logical operator. Okay, OR is what? A logical operator. Okay, so let's see, we have to do something, some example over here. What should I do?
So same question can be done, right?
No, same if I will do, it will be always true. Like for any number, it will be, because any number will be either lesser than 30 or more than 20. Right? So it will always remain true. I want to use a condition where at least there should be a case where at least one time it should be false, right?
Change the num20 num20 less than 20.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right,
num30
correct. Okay. So if we do like this, okay, if I'll, or number should be lesser than 20 or it should be higher than 30. Okay. So in this case, if I enter a number lesser than 20, that is 16, so it is lesser than 20, that is first condition is what? True, but second condition is what? False. Okay, but it will give me what? True. Okay, again if I execute and I'll make it suppose 35, Okay. If I enter any number between 20 and 30, false, right? So it can be a program to check if entered number is lesser than 20 or higher than 30. All right. So here both the conditions are true. 21 is not less than 20 and 21 is not higher than 30. So both the conditions are true, right? Sorry, false. As both the conditions were false, then only it will be false. Okay. One more logical operator which is called not. What not does? Not will just convert the true into false and false into true. Okay. It will give you the opposite of the entered value. Okay. That means if I use not over here, okay, in this case, it is turning true. Using not, this can be converted into false. Okay, using not, it is converted into what? False. Am I clear? Let me share the file with you. All right. Next, we have a membership operator. I will work on the membership, but first I will give you 2 minutes of time so that you can go through the things and can ask me if you have any doubts. And thereafter, I'll tell you about the membership operator.
Sir, am I audible? For example, if we say, suppose we are using
What you said? Your voice was not clear. Can you just come again? What you said?
logical,
Logical?
sorry, Boolean.
Boolean?
I mean, what is this and or? These are logical operators.
Yeah, right. These are the logical operators. Okay. They are used to compare multiple conditions at the same time. Okay. When we have a multiple conditions, if you have to compare a single condition, then you can easily compare it with the comparison operator. Okay. A comparison operator can compare and can give you the output in the form of true or false. Right. But you have to compare multiple conditions at the same time, then we use logical operator. Okay. Like here, we are entering a number and we have to check whether the number exists between 20 or 30 or not. Okay. So it would be done through logical operator. It's like greater than 20, lesser than 30. Okay. And means what? It will return true if both the conditions will be true. Okay. If any one of them condition is false, it will return false. Right. So when both the conditions will be true, both conditions will be true when entered number exists between 20 and 30. Okay. So this particular check can give you a true output if the entered value exists between 20 and 30. Isn't it? In this case, it is or. Or means what? Any condition should be true. So this condition is true when number is lesser than 20 and this is true when it is more than 30. But if any one of them is true, it will return true. Like this one is true, this one is false. It will return true. If this one is false and this one is true, then also it will return true. Okay. There is only one case when number exists between 20 and 30, both of them is false. Okay. Number exists between 20 and 30, both of them is false. Right. So when both are false, then obviously or condition will return false. Okay. Thereafter, not will be used to kind of make the output just generate the opposite outcome. Okay, like you are getting true and you want false, so you can use not. Okay, so not will do what? Will convert true into false and false into true.
Sir, I have shared a question, sir.
Okay, 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 okay. Yeah. Okay, this is what you have said. Okay, let me check. Fine. Number fine is equals to 10. Nice. Okay. And then print number, we are comparing that it should be smaller than 7. No, it is not smaller than 7. So this is false. Okay. This is what? It is greater than, it is not greater than 10 as well, because it is equals to 10. Okay. So if I use, then it is greater than equals to, now it is true. This is true, this is false. Okay. And this is what? Lesser than 5. This is also false. Okay. So what will be the outcome over here? Alright, it is false. Why it is false? If you see over here, this is false, this is true, this is false. Okay. So whatever the outcome of this guy is getting, okay, it can be true, it can be false, whatever. Since this condition is false, which is under AND operator, okay, it would be false.
Sir, suppose if we say the second line, sir, where num is greater than is less than 7, or
Mhm.
num is greater than, we won't use equal to.
Mhm.
Num is, and then we will use equal to, and num is less than equal to 5.
Num is less than equals to 5. Okay.
So then, yes, show me. Good, sir.
So num is all three conditions are false over here, because num is 10, right?
What is this less than equal to 5? The last condition is true.
Less than equals to 5. This is what you are saying, isn't it?
Yes.
But num is 10. Num is more than 5.
So, sir, but it is less than 10. I mean,
10 is less than 5? What are you saying?
I'm sorry, sir. 5 is less than.
Okay, like 15, right? So now see, this condition is what? This condition is true, but these both the conditions are false. Okay, so now if I'll use over here, like suppose here I'm using less greater than equals to, now it will be true. Now why it is true? Because this is what? False, this is what? True, this is what? True. So this guy, these guy can generate true or false, anything. Okay, and this is generating true. So from here we are getting true, and is also giving me true, then ultimately it is combining and giving me true. Okay, it is very important that the condition on the right hand side of the AND, okay, if the condition on the right hand side of the AND is true, then condition on the left hand side of the AND should also be true. Okay, if the condition on left hand side is false and this is true, it will be false. Okay, both the side is true. So what is on the left hand side? On the left hand side we have these bits. This is what we have on the left hand side. Okay. All right. So see, membership operator. Membership operator is like first solve or function, then after AND function solve. Okay, you're saying first it will see the OR condition. Yeah, it is like this, right? Now, whatever that you have given over here, At the first, it's like,
So is there a priority alignment? I mean, like in board mass, we'll solve we
Mhm.
can and then addition subtraction. So is there a priority in this that first you have to solve the AND case and then go to OR and then go to something? Not as
no, it will do the OR condition check will be done first, okay, and then outcome will be compared with the AND condition. Or you can also do it like this. Just a minute. Uh, 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 mm. But it doesn't matter a lot. I'll show you one more example. Suppose here I'll do what? And I'll do it over here, right? And here I'll do OR. Okay. So number is lesser than 7. Okay, greater than 10. So at the same time, a number can't be lesser than 7 and can't be greater than 10. So let's say number is lesser than 17 and it is greater than 10. Okay, let's say number is 12. Okay, and then I am doing what? Or number is lesser than 5. Okay, now what will happen? Okay, for this case, this is what? True, this is what? False. So true or false will be what? True. Okay, this is what? True, this is false, right? So true or false will be what? True, right? So, if you want to set the priority, you can put the things into bracket, isn't it? Or you can do what? Let's say I want to create a condition where, if I'll create a condition where, suppose this guy is false, okay, and this guy is true, right? Then we can understand better, right? So let's see. This is what? False, right? So how we can make it false? We can make it 17 and greater than 10. Greater than 17, number should be greater than 7. Sorry, smaller than 17 and it should be greater than 10. Let's make it 7. So here both the sides are false. Okay. Now let's see. Let's make it 3. Then it will be what? True. So first it will compare this condition and then it will go serially, right? Can you give example of all three operators like and, or, and not? Yes, Ome, I was giving the examples only. I'll give few more example. Okay, let's see over here. Okay, suppose I have to do what? Okay, let's see. Example of and, right? Operator. Okay, compare. Okay, take user ID and password from user. Okay, compare user ID with admin, okay, and password with password. Can you just try? Anyone can you just try to do this thing? You have to first take the user ID, okay, and then sorry, and then you have to take user password, okay, and then you have to compare user ID with admin and password with what? Password. user pass with the password. So can you tell me how can we do it? If both are compared correct, it should return true, else it should return what? False. If any one of them is incorrect, it should return false. Can anyone try? Right or wrong? You may try and you may get result not as expected, or you may write a wrong code. It's totally fine. Just try.
Okay.
First of
Hello,
all,
sir.
yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt. Like
Mhm.
if we give a condition like true or false and false, uh, can we try that? Like it is giving result as true.
Sir, I have shared that question.
Okay. I'll work on it. Okay, can you correct? Okay. So see, I'll just put over here input. Okay, enter user ID. Okay, and then input, enter password. Okay, fine. Now we have to compare user ID and password. Okay, I'll come to your question, Ganesh. Okay, let's note it down. Okay, next we'll discuss on it. Okay, now we have to compare user ID and password. How can I do it? See, if I will only compare user ID, then I will do what? User ID double equals to admin. Okay, so that means if user will enter a value, like suppose I'm entering a value like this, okay, password I entered something like this. So since the value entered over here is not admin, so that's why it is turning false. Okay, now if I'll again execute it and I enter admin, so it will return what? True. Okay, but it is not comparing password. Okay, so now how can it compare password? We have to do what? Print user pass double equals to password. It means what? It means if I enter admin, it will return true. Now suppose I entering the password something random. Okay, so it is false, right? So when a login should be possible? A login should be possible when both the things are true. Okay, like user ID and password, both the things are true. That's why if I want to check the instance when both are true, okay, I want to check the instance when both are true, we can use what? AND operator, right? So control X and this thing. So now what will happen? If any one of them is not correct, like see here it is admin and here I enter something like this, it will give me what? False, right? If I enter wrong user ID but correct password, obviously it will give me what? False. Okay, it will return true if both are true. So this is an example of AND operator. Somewhere, is it fine?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, now you said, see, share a thing with me. 1 double equals to 12, obviously it is false. 10, this is also false. Here it is very false. 1 is, this is also false and false. So all of them are false over here. Sorry, this guy is true. Okay, this is true. Okay. So what we have? We have over here, this is false, this is false, this is true, this is false. Okay. If I will remove the false from here, suppose I remove the false from here, the last false. Okay. Then what will become? It will become true. Why it is true? Because this is false, and this is true. So anyhow, if you compare, it will be true. Let's see from any direction. Suppose you compared this thing false or and false. It will be false, and then we will see what or true. So false or true will be what? True. Now you may think why we are comparing like this. Okay, so let's see. If I compare it from here, okay, so false or true will be true. False or true will be true. Thereafter, if you are doing it like this, what will happen? False and true will be what?
Fall.
False, right? So it's like how now with this thing, if you want to set the priority, okay, there is a way that you can do that. Okay, like for example, I put this thing into bracket. Okay, let me do it. So now I'm putting this thing into bracket. Okay, so we set the priority that this should be done first and then this one. Otherwise, it will start from here. First, it will compare this thing, then outcome will be compared with the next thing, then outcome will be compared with next thing, right? Okay, Saurav had given true or false. True or false will be true, and then it will be false. Saurav, if you will execute it, you will get false.
Sir, actually, I am getting true as a result.
Okay, let's see. Okay, these are the things done. Okay, fine. Where is it? Yeah. Okay, yeah, right. You have not set the priority over here. So if you set the priority like this, true or false should be true.
So,
and,
sir, by
uh,
default, it goes from left to right, right?
no. I'll tell you. I'll show you just a minute. I'll show you. If you will write this thing, false and false will be false, and thereafter it would be yeah. If you set the priority, oh yeah, right, you will get true over here. If you set the priority over here, then it will be false.
Right, right.
So you are setting that, okay, first execute this thing that is OR condition and then let the AND condition work.
Right, sir. But if we are not setting priority, then how we can say what will be the results?
Yeah, if you're not setting the priority, then it is doing what? It is first executing the AND condition,
Mhm.
okay, and then OR condition.
Actually, sir, if we here we see end condition, then it will be false, no?
Yeah, if like see, if this will execute, then this will be false. Okay, default priority, and then if for true and false will be there, then it will be what?
Yeah, it will be true.
But sir, if we are going from left to right, so if we say true or false, then it becomes true and false, then false. So if you're, so in this question, we
Yeah,
are not
left to right you can do, but for that you have to do the you have to set the priority over here
putting
by
same
putting the
question.
bracket.
Same question if we are not setting the priority. You see the value changes.
Mm-hmm.
Just go from left to right. So in code number 38, if you go from left to right without setting the priority, so you will see that the
No,
value.
no, yeah, we had seen, but okay, see what we had did over here. I'll show you. Uh, see if this thing actually you I can understand why are you getting confused over. See, if you will set it over here and then here you are setting OR. Okay, so first it will do the AND operation. right? And operation will be what? False, right? And then false, right? So it will be false, right? So left to right, it is not left to right or right to left. It is like, first it is operating what? And operator, and then or operator. Here also it is executing first and operator, and then or operator, right? That obviously you can, generally we don't put like this whenever you are having more than two conditions, right? What you do to, handle the error, like to avoid the error or the confusion. Okay, like, okay, this can be like which one will execute first, which one will execute next. Okay, so there is a chance of error because you are using and or combine, you are just combining multiple operators together, right? So to avoid the errors, okay, or confusion while debugging your code, okay, like you are debugging your code, you get some error and then you're getting confused and all. So you can do what? Always you should use bracket. Okay, you can just set, okay, these two conditions would be compared first and that will be compared with the next condition, right? This is what you can do. Okay, this will always help you in debugging the code easily. In case if you're not using this way, okay, and you are writing the code this way, right? So, at the later stage, for a smaller size of code, it can be good. Okay, like 5, 10 lines, 20 lines of code is there, then it is good. Okay, it will not be a very much headache, right? But if you are writing a very big size code, okay, and you are not setting the priority while writing these things, so it can be a headache for you in that case while debugging the code, or if there is a bug in the code, okay, finding out the bug and fixing it will be a little difficult, right? That's why we can use this way. Okay, we can set, okay, first do this part, okay, and then do this part. You can always control it, right? But by default, what it is doing, it is first considering the and operator. Okay, whatever the and operator is returning, here it is returning and operator false, so false and true, sorry, false or true, it becomes true. Here also, it is comparing what? And operator. And operator is turning false. So false or false, it becomes false. Okay. So in both the case, first and operator is executed and then compared with or operator. But you can control this thing like this. Here, since we set the bracket, it triggered the or first. So or is returning what? False. Sorry, or is returning true. True and false, it becomes false.
Sir, it will always execute the end operator first, then it will go to the or operator.
Right. In case if you had not given any brackets,
Bracket.
yeah. In this case, it is not like that. In this case, first this will execute and then it will be like that. Okay, if you have not used any bracket, then and will be first and then or will be next.
Okay, so if we're not using the bracket, so in the priority list, I believe the first not will come, then and then or.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So now we have a membership operator. Okay, membership is for identifying member. In this thing, we have a two things. One is called in. Okay, in means what? Like suppose I have a name over here or any string. Like suppose I have a text. Okay, this is a nice. This is a nice gift. Okay, this is a nice gift, right? Now I have to check something like whether nice is present in this text or not. So I can do what? Nice in text. It is true, right? Because nice is there. Okay, but this is you know, if I use capital N, it will not. That means it is a case sensitive. Okay. Opposite of in is what? Not in. Okay. This can be used for any sequential data type, like a string. It is working. Suppose you have a list as well. okay, like num list. Okay, and we have a certain collection of values like 6, 4, 5, 5, 3, 2, 8, right? Now I'll do what? I have to compare if 5 is existing in this num list or not, right? So it will be true. Okay. If I have to compare something else, 7 in num list, it will be what? False. Alright. So in and not in. Okay, they are the membership, just to check the members. So now we have this much thing covered, that we can go for some conditional or logical programming, right? First logical programming we will start with is if conditional program or if conditional statements. What it means, like here what we did till now, we had seen how a variable works, how values work, we had seen data types, and we had seen the operators. Now if we are using an operator, and with the operator we are getting some result true or false, or some numerical output, isn't it? Like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, these kind of things. Now what to do with that value? We have to identify what we can do with that value. Okay, like we are getting true or false, what to do? Okay, so that can be done through condition check. Like when we did the condition check over, get true or false, then what to do with this true or false, right? Like for example, we did over here what? User ID password check. So user ID password check, we are getting true or false. So what to do with true or false? So it's like we have to print, okay, we have to print, like for example, login successful or login failed. So that can be done through true or false. Okay, like for example, let's see. Conditional program. Okay, now let's see, I'll write a program to check if what, if age of the person is more than 18 or not. Okay, then if age is more than 18, then print you are eligible to vote. Okay, so this can be done through, first of all, age value, input, enter, enter your age. Okay, so you know the entered value will be what? Numerical, sorry, non-numerical. So convert into numerical using typecasting. Now we can compare age greater than equals to 18. Okay, so if I enter a value like suppose 90, it will compare and return me true or false. Now we can do what? We can check if it is like this. If it is true, then print you are eligible to vote. This is simple if condition. Okay. Now let's see. So now it will not print true or false. It will print whatever that I had given over here. Okay. So there is a way of writing the if condition. First we wrote the condition given colon and then a tab. Okay. If I'll remove it, there is no tab space. So it will generate an error. Okay. Now there is a tab space over here. Right. So you can see over here. If I entered 15, it is giving me nothing. Okay. This tab is actually called what? Indentation. Okay. This indentation is very important. Okay. What if this condition is false? If this condition is false, then else will execute. Okay. Let's like this. Print. You are eligible to vote. Else, again enter print. You are not eligible to vote. Okay. So let's see if I'll execute it. Okay. It is saying eligible to vote because it is taking the value of age right from here. Okay. So let me just put it over here. Now execute it. So if I enter a age value, it will check that it is greater than 18 or not. So when it will check greater than 18, there are two things possible, true or false. If outcome will be true, then this activity will be triggered. Okay. If outcome will be true, this activity will be triggered. If outcome will be false, then this activity will be triggered. Make clear? Right? If the outcome is true, that means if this will be compared and outcome is what? True. Right? So the next activity will be triggered. So here is a dependent activity. Activity will depends upon a particular check. Right? And if the compared outcome is false, then else part will execute. Right? So let's do it. Let me just write it over here. Let's say 12. Okay. So if conditions do what? Let me write the notes over here now. In the conditional program, we will have if, then we can have if else, then we can have if, elif, and else. Okay, three things will be there. So how it works? It works like this. If true, okay, print hello. Okay. So when the condition is true, the next line activity will be triggered, which is following a indentation. Okay, if this indentation is not there, it will raise an error. Okay. Now, if false, print hello. Then this will not trigger. Why? Because condition is false. Then what is expected to trigger? Whatever given in else condition. All right. Am I clear with the if and else?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Abdul said like we have covered. See, in weekday class you are covering said that is good. That is different thing, right? Weekday classes or your kind of a revision classes, whatever, that is different thing, right? So here I'll just follow the things whatever that I am going with. In case if you understood it, right, it's fine. Okay. Because you must be getting like whatever topic that I'm covering, that you may be going through some doubt clearing session or again some revision session. So that is how things are working, right? So in we are doing it for the case like for a situation like if someone is very new to the programming, okay, they should also like with a repeated concept repeated topics, right? If the topics will get repeated, it will be clear for everyone. Okay, so just to, because we know that many of us are very new to the programming. Okay, that's why we are taking this effort, right? So don't worry about it. If weekday is covered, it's okay. In case you know it, it's well and good. In case you have doubts, you can just work on it, right? Okay. Now else we had seen. Now elif. Elif will be used for multiple condition check. Multiple condition check means what? Let's see. We'll use a grading system. Okay. Grading system is like grade is equals to, let's see. Okay, fine. If marks is more than 90, then grade A plus. Okay. If marks is between 80 to 90, it will be what? Grade A. So here it is what? Multiple condition check required, right? Same way we can do it for the next step. Okay. 90, 80 to 90, thereafter 70 to 80. Okay. Thereafter 60 to 70. Thereafter 50 to 60. Okay. So grade A, grade B plus, grade B, grade C. You can say C plus, right? And thereafter 40 to 50, and then less than 50. Less than 40. Okay. So it can be what? Fail, right? Okay. So how can we do it? Okay, let's try to do it. First of all, we will take the marks. Okay, that can be a float, obviously, because we have to compare numerical value. Then we take the input function, enter your marks. Okay. Now I'll do what we can compare. If marks is greater than equals to 90. So I know it will be what? Print grade A plus. Okay. Now I have to check the other conditions. So we can't write else if. Generally, in many programming language, you have to write else if. But in Python, there is a change. You have to use elif. Right? Elif will be used to check marks greater than equal to the second condition. Okay, print grade A. Okay. Now this elif can be repeated for multiple condition check. Okay, how many kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, and at the end it is else. Okay, so greater than 80, greater than 70, greater than 60, greater than 50, greater than 40, and else will be what? Print what? Fail. All right. So A plus, oh, why what I did? Okay, A plus A here, it would be B plus, it is B, it is C plus, and then it is what? C. Nice. All right. Allow me for a minute. System charge, system charge. Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's execute it. So here we have, if I enter anything, like suppose I entered 83. So is 83 more than 90? No, it is not more than 90. It is more than 80. So it would give me what? Grade E. Okay. Now the question over here, in case, okay, in case if I will not use elif, I will just use if, then what will happen? Okay. Will it raise an error? Okay. Suppose if I use over here just if, will it be an error? No, it is not an error. So please do take care while defining the multiple conditions. Okay. This is a general mistake that many times people do, right? They sometimes miswriting the elif. Okay. But program will not raise an error, but behavior will be different. Behavior will be different in the sense, see, suppose I entered a marks over here, okay, suppose I entered a marks over here as a 72, okay, so 72 is what? 72 is more than 70, so it will give me this one, but condition check will not stop here. It will check the next condition as well. It is more than 60. Okay, it is more than 50, it is more than 40. So all these four conditions are true. Okay, if all these four conditions are true, then it will give me what? 4 outcomes. Okay, this is a difference between if and elif. Okay, if you are giving elif, that means you are defining a program, you are writing a program which can check for only, like if any one of them condition is true, it will not check other condition. Okay, here when I had given 83, this condition is true. As it finds a true condition, it will not check rest of them. Okay, no check will happen. Okay, no check will happen for the rest of them. Okay, but in case of if, even it finds a true condition, okay, then also it will check the other conditions. I'm not saying that this kind of program is not having any use. Sometimes you may have to use this kind of code as well. According to the situations, you have to modify. Okay, like in a case where out of multiple conditions, okay, there should be one condition that should be true. You have to check, you should use elif. But if you have to check multiple conditions to be true, you can use what? Only if. Okay, sometimes, okay, it is very rare, but sometimes in the program you may find the use of this kind of things as well. Okay, there is a very good question Rajesh had asked. Is case statement possible in Python? Okay, like those who don't know about case statement, okay, in many programming language there is something called case statement. Okay, so like in C it is there. Okay, so what case statement actually do? Case statement also works like if else condition. Okay, but there we just define a condition in the case. Okay, like we just write the case over here. Okay, and some condition over here, and what I want to do will be written. Again second case, and then some condition, and what I want to do will be written. Then third case, okay, then some condition, and then we'll write it. In many programming language, case statements are there, but in Python we don't have any case statement. Okay, we don't have any predefined case statement. But yeah, if you know how to create a function, with the help of function you can create a case statement for you. Okay, so just remind me once when I will explain the function for you. Okay, when I'll explain the function for you, so at that time I'll show you how can we create a case statement. Default it is not there, but manually through program, through logic, you can create your case statement. Okay, those who don't know about case statement or first time programmer, please don't get confused, don't worry about it, about case statement at all. This is not at all important in case of Python. Okay, when I'll create a function is a topic that we discuss after loop. Okay, most probably tomorrow, right? So in that case I'll tell you about that part. All right. I may forget this thing, so you can remind me once. Okay, or yeah. Okay. So now this is done. Now there is something I'm asking to you. Okay, what is that? Write a program for login where login ID as admin and password as password can print successful login, else login failed. I want you to try this thing. Please just try. Those I know few of you can do it very easily, but for few of you it may be kind of you may find some difficulty. But I want you to share the code or just try. Even if you are finding difficulty, please do it. Please just try to do this thing. Okay, because what general error people get, okay, what problem while we start writing the Python script, the major challenge we face with the indentation. Many times we miss we can create the logic. We generally do it for a new time programmer. People can easily write the logic. People know what to do. Okay, but they do a lot of mistakes in the indentation. Okay, that's why I had given this thing to you so that you can work on it, can do the error, and then you can find what problem you are facing. Please do it. Yes, sir. Isa, sorry. I guess you are correct. Yes, sir. Right. Yeah. Okay. So the first part you can do very easily. You have to pick user ID. So what are you going to do? User ID and user pass. Okay. Now you know you have to take input. So you can use input, enter user ID, and then input, enter. This is what we already did earlier. User password. Okay.
Sir,
Now
I
you
done
can
it.
do it.
Sir,
Yeah.
I done it.
Okay. Had you shared? Rajesh, right?
See, I sir, I done it.
Okay, so okay. Yes, sir. Okay, right. Okay. So yeah, your both the code seems to be correct. Okay. Right. Okay. So now, as per the past situation, what we did, this is what we already did over here in the if condition check. Right. So same thing. So instead of printing it, we are doing what? Because printing true or false will not help much. Okay. So we can do what? On comparing the conditions, we can trigger an activity. So a condition is compared and then we triggered an activity. Activity said what? Login successful. Okay. Else print login failed, right? All right. So admin, if I enter anything wrong, suppose password I entered wrong, it will say what? Login failed. Okay. Admin password. Okay, Mohammed Wasi had given a different logic. Okay, this is also good logic actually. Okay. So what he's trying to do, see, first of all, is comparing with this thing, okay? And thereafter, if it is welcome or successful, okay, so this is logic that you did, that's fine, it will work. I want you to modify this code, okay? I'll tell you what to do, okay? This can be the hint, okay? Next time what I'm telling you, can I decide which type of code will only enter? I didn't get Lokesh, what you asked, can I decide which type of code will only enter? What do you mean? Lokesh?
सर मैं ये जानना चाहता था कि
हाँ
कोड जैसे मैंने वो इनपुट फंक्शन डिसाइड कर दिया, लेकिन मैं उसमें वही कैरेक्टर्स लेना चाहता हूँ जो मुझे चाहिए। जैसे स्टोन पेपर सीजर में 2 कांस्टेंट रखने होंगे गेम में, तो उसके लिए लिस्ट के रूप में कोई ले सकते हैं क्या? लिस्ट टाइप का फंक्शन लेके कि केवल
ओके, आप कह रहे हो कि इसमें मैं सिर्फ एक लिमिटेड, जैसे राइट नाउ यहाँ पे आप कोई भी नंबर एंटर कर सकता है, कैरेक्टर एंटर कर सकता है, अल्फा न्यूमेरिक और स्पेशल कैरेक्टर एंटर कर सकता है। आप चाहते हो कि वो सिर्फ कुछ लिमिटेड कैरेक्टर्स हो, सिर्फ वही एंटर हो सके, राइट?
यस सर।
Yeah, right, we can define that. Okay, after some time we will discuss something called RE module in Python. Through RE module you can do that, or we can also do it using some loop. Okay, loop, the next topic जो है loop. Okay, because you know, to do this thing what is required, like when user is entering a value, you find one thing very correct, okay, that through list it will be done. Okay, you can define the things in the list, right? You can define the things in the list, but while using this thing, right, you know, whenever a user entered a value, okay, or user entered something, right, so in that case there will be a cross check happen. Okay, like suppose here you have defined that user can only enter A, B, C. Out of A, B, C, anything can be entered. Okay, so when user entered something like X, so this will be compared whether X is present here or not. Okay, X is present here or not. Okay, so it is a repeated check that will happen. Okay, so you know, it will make use of loop and membership operator, right? So this kind of things also we can do. Okay, next time, the next topic when we discuss the loop, we'll try to, you know, kind of work on this type of case study. All right. Okay, now just see, you have to do something. Okay, this particular program shared by Mohammad Wasi, and then you can take this thing as a hint. Okay, this is some logic which is little different. Okay, what you have to do, you have to create a program, okay, like this. Suppose here is some Google account, right? And I want to do a kind of a add another account, right? So it is asking me for the email. Okay, suppose I enter some random email, right? People 1 2 3 4 5, right, @gmail.com. So in that case, if this email ID exists, then only it will ask me for the password. Okay, it is existing actually, right? So let me use something, Kumar India. Okay, so this email ID is not existing. So as this email ID is not existing, it is giving me what? An error. So similar code you have to write. Okay, that means write a program for login where correct user ID can only let the user enter password. Okay, and thereafter incorrect user ID can incorrect user ID should give output as incorrect user ID. Okay, and then password can be compared. Okay, so here this is what you have to do. So just think, how can we write this code? No, that is not required, Rajesh, over here. Okay, list is not required. It is like you take the user input, compare user input or user ID. If user ID is correct, then ask for the password. Okay, if password is correct, then give the correct things. Okay. Whatever you understood, just try. It's like this. You just pick the user ID, then compare it. Here you pick the what? User ID. Okay. Then compare user ID. Okay. And if user ID is correct, then pick the password. Okay. If password is correct, then print login successful. Then compare. Okay. The structure of the program will be very similar to this. Yeah, right. We have it's like the okay, Rajesh had given correct almost yeah, correct, right? Okay. Anil, if login ID not enter a correct email ID, else enter a password. Okay, this is also nice. Yeah, right. Okay, so different kind of logic he prepared. Okay, so let's see what happened. Okay, I'll make this thing clear over here. Okay, let's see. Let me make it simple. Let me just make it admin, and here I'll remove it. Right now, what happened? Let me write it pass. Okay, so here what will happen? Here it is asking for a user ID, right? Enter the suppose user ID, simple user ID. You can make it email ID and something like that. Okay, that's your choice. Now enter user ID, right? So what will happen if I enter wrong user ID? It will say what? Error. Okay, it will say that okay, error. That means, or you can say I can say over wrong, or you can say user not registered. GIS. Okay, user not registered. Okay, nice. Okay, so if I enter, it will say user not registered. Right now, I want it to take the password if the entry is correct. Here, entry is correct, then it will take the password. Right now, it is not doing anything because I had given pass over. Pass means don't do anything, just pass. Right? So, what can I do? I can pick the password over here. So, user pass equals to input, not unput, it is input, enter password. Okay. So it will take the password only if your user ID is correct. Okay, it is taking password. Now I have to compare the password. So for comparing the password, where should I write if condition? Shall I write the if condition over here? No. I have to write the if condition just below user pass. Please do take care. Okay, I can't write here. Okay, I have to follow the same, indentation that this guy is following. This is called what? Nested if. Nested if stands for if condition within the if condition. Okay, so if user pass double equals to password, then do what? Print login successful, isn't it? Else print wrong password. So in this case what happened, it is like user ID is correct or not correct, user can know. Password is correct, like out of 2 entries which is incorrect, okay, that a user can easily comes to know. This is called what? Nested if condition. This is what? Nested if condition. Okay, if condition within the if condition, isn't it? That means the nested if condition will depending upon the primary if condition. Okay, or you can say this is a child if condition. The child if condition is depending upon parent if condition. If parent if condition is true, then only it will play its role. If parent if condition is false, if parent if condition will false, directly else part will execute. Those who did it, I highly appreciate it, right? Okay, and those who are trying this thing, so let me do one more thing. Let's say okay, let's say I'll write over here age is equals to float input enter your age. Okay, if age is greater than equals to 18, print your eligible to vote. If age is greater than equals to 65, print you are eligible for senior citizen benefits. Okay, you are also eligible for senior citizen benefits. Okay, else print you are not eligible to vote. Okay, fine. Now let's see, if I'll execute it, I enter a value, suppose 15. So it says just a minute guys. Okay, so now it is saying what? You are not eligible to vote. Okay, so now if I'll write over here, no, it is not right. It is not correct, right? I'll tell you what's the problem in it. Suppose I enter 21. It is saying what? You are eligible to vote and you are not eligible to vote at the same time. Okay, now suppose I enter over here 67. It will do what? It is saying you are eligible to vote, you are also eligible for senior citizen benefits. Okay, so this is not working as I want. Okay, I have to correct it. Okay, what should I do? See, if age is greater than 18, if age is less than 18, it is working good. If age is less than 18, it is saying that okay, you are not eligible to vote. That is fine. Okay, if age is greater than 65, then also it is working good, right? Right? But if I'll write over here, I'll give something like 25. So 25 is what? 25 should give me the output. What output? It should give me output. You are eligible to vote. Okay. And second output, you are not eligible for senior citizen benefits. Okay. This is what we want, isn't it? It should give me this output. You are eligible to vote and you are not eligible for senior citizen benefits. This is expected. Okay, but when I execute it, what am I getting? Let's see. This is something which is not giving me the expected outcome. That means something is missing in this code. So can anyone identify what is missing or how can we correct it? Few
Sir,
answers like Mohammad Wasi had, yeah, just a minute, I'll take
sir,
this.
elif function, sir, in place of if.
Okay, in place of if, you are saying elif, right? Okay, so elif, will it solve the issue? Let's see. Okay, so here if I enter over 12, okay, that is working good. If I entered 19, then also it is working good. If I enter 67, there is a problem. It is just saying what? You are eligible to vote.
Sir, we need to use the nested if.
Correct, correct. We have to use nested if. Correct. Now you get it right. Okay. So what we have to do, you know, here, if it is more than 18, then go for the second round of check. Okay, because 65 will always be more than 18. Okay, 65 is always more than 18. So if it is more than 18, go for the next round of check. Next round of check for if it is greater than 65, then do this thing. Else do what?
Not eligible for senior
Right. You are not eligible for senior citizen benefits. Okay. This example I just took to help you understand the importance of nested if. Okay. Every time elif can't solve your problem, right? So it's like sometimes you have to create the logic using nested if, right? So if it is less than 18, it's fine. If it is more than 18, then it will check for, like suppose 29, it will check for next thing. Guys, 1 minute. Okay, guys. So see, it is saying what? So first it check this thing, then it goes for second round of check. So second round of check says what? No, it is not more than 65. So it is saying you are not. Now again, if I execute it, I enter the age value, suppose 67, right? Okay. Is there any other way you can create the similar logic? Like you can try to create it. Okay. Now we'll take the example in which we will have what we will have, we'll use both if, elif, nested if, everything. Let's combine everything into a single example. Okay, so that everything can get crystal clear, right? Okay, so what I'll do, I'll write the whole requirement. First, temperature, user input. Okay, this would be user input. Next, weather condition, user input. This is also user input, right? Now, if temperature is more than 30, okay, then print, what do you have to print? It's a hot day. Okay, and then do what? Then check for weather condition. Okay, when you check for weather condition, if it is sunny, then print wear sunscreen. Okay, if it is rainy, okay, then do what? Then bring umbrella. Okay, and thereafter else enjoy warm weather. Okay, now if temperature is between 20 to 30, okay, thereafter in that case print it's a pleasant day. Okay, and then again check for weather condition. Okay, if it is sunny, then enjoy sunshine. If it is rainy, then carry a light jacket. Okay, else have a great day. Okay, and in case other kind, like if it is less than less than 20, then do what? Print it's a chilly day today. Okay, and check for weather condition. If it is what, suppose let me use some other conditions, snowy, then print dress warmly. Okay, else have a good day. Okay, so this is what it. So if you write this program, it will be a combination of everything. It will be a combination of if, nested if, elif, right? So it will be a good experience of combining everything and prepare a logic. Okay, so we did, this will be the last program for the if else. Thereafter we'll go for the loop part, right? So I want you to do this thing and just see what problem are we facing with preparing a logic. No, no, not homework. Just try to do it now. It will take 5-7 minutes to work on it. So just try to do it. All right, many of you did it. Okay, that's nice. Okay, yeah, half written. Okay, so see, we'll just do it like this. First of all, we can pick the temperature. Okay, temperature obviously is going to be numerical, so we have to typecast, enter the temperature in Celsius. Okay. Thereafter, we can do what? We can just take the condition like weather is equals to input enter weather condition. Now I want user to enter a weather condition out of these three conditions such as sunny, okay, rainy, right, and then snowy. All right, fine. And in okay, fine. All right. Suppose user entered a value in capital letter, it may be a kind of a thing like suppose user entered a value capital S, capital R. So we can do what? We can make sure that it will be converted into lowercase. Okay. So now it is not case sensitive. Okay. In any form it will be written, it will be converted into what? Lowercase. All right. Now we can do what? If temperature is greater than 30, print it's a hot day. Okay. Second condition we have to compare is what? Elif temperature is smaller than equals to 30 and temperature is greater than equals to 20. Okay, we can say what? Print it's a pleasant PLEAS. It's a pleasant day. Okay, else we can print what? The last thing. It's a bit chilly day today. So half part is done. Okay. Now whatever the value entered, like here I had not given input function, right? Okay. So now see if I'll execute it. Here we have a temperature value entered 31. It will say what? Enter weather condition. Let's say I'll enter sunny. So weather condition is not getting compared right now. It is just temperature which is getting compared. So it is giving me hot day, right? Now let's say I enter over here 14. Okay, like suppose rainy. It will say what? It's a so right now we're only comparing temperature. The next step is we have to compare weather. So weather will be compared after temperature gets compared. So that would be in the nested condition, right? So if weather double equals to what? Sunny. Okay, then what we have to print? Okay, we'll see. Elif weather double equals to what? Rainy. Then what we have to print? We'll see. And at the end else. So these three conditions are done, right? Same three conditions we have to use for the next check. Okay, and here we have to check what? If Okay, weather double equals to snowy. Print else print. All right. Okay, so this is done now. We have to just put the things that we had written over here. So first it is what? Wear sunscreen. Okay. Second it is what? Bring umbrella or carry umbrella. Third it is what? Enjoy warm weather. Let's pick carry umbrella. Okay. Then we have what? Enjoy sunshine. Then we take what? Carry a light jacket. Okay, and thereafter we have what? Have a great day. Okay, here it is what? Dress warmly. Okay, else have a good day. So you can see for different condition how we have written the code, right? So first it will take the temperature. Suppose I enter the temperature 30. Then it will say rainy, snowy. So let's say I'm entering rainy. So it will go for 30 degree in rainy condition. 30 degree in rainy condition is what? Carry umbrella. Oh, 30 degree. Okay, it's greater than 30, right? I have given greater than 30, so it is covering lesser than equals to 30, right? This condition. Yeah, right. It's working good. So let's say I'm using over 31, which is greater than 30. And then weather condition is what? Rainy. All right. Nice. Okay. So this is what if condition. In the next session, we'll start discussing the loops. Okay. But I'll give you a introduction of loops in next 5 minutes for today. Okay. What is loop actually? In Python, you can create loop in two ways. It is for loop and while loop. Okay. If something you have to do repeatedly, we have to use loop repeatedly. Okay. If something you have to do what? Repeatedly, again, and again. Okay. For example, let's see I am printing over here hello world. Okay. So this will be printed for one time. Suppose I want to print it for 5 times. So I have to write it for 5 times, which is not looking good, right? But using the loop, you can give the instruction to the system that print it for 5 times. How to write a loop? For I in range, suppose I am giving 5. It means I am giving an instruction that this process should run for 5 times. So instruction is given that this process should run for how many times? 5 times. All right. This is a for loop. Okay. One more example. Let's say I will write over here for I in range 0, 5 or just 5. It's the same thing. Okay. I want to print the value of I. So value of I is what? will change from 0 to 4, total 5 times. And for each change, I want to trigger an activity. So for each change, it is triggering an activity. So this is what we'll do in the next class. We'll see more examples on the for loop. We'll see more examples on the while loop and other things. Meanwhile, if anyone is having anything to ask from the today's session, please let me know, right? In the next session, we'll start from here, okay? Someone had asked me a question that I said that we will discuss in next session. So, okay, let me make a note of that, okay, so that I should not forget. First, case statement. So in Python, we don't have default case statement, but we can create our own case statement. How can we do it? Second, uh, entry, make user entry limited for some defined text. That means we want that user should enter only some should make an entry, like there are some predefined options. Okay, out of those options, one option user can enter. User can't enter anything. Okay, we have to limit it that okay, out of few options, user can enter only certain things, right? So these two things we'll discuss in the next class. I just make a note of it so that I should not get for, because my memory is not that good. I generally forget the things. So that's why I just make a note of it so that these things we can cover in the next session. Right? Because to do this thing, we required understanding of function. To do this thing, we need required understanding of loop. Okay. So both the things we are going to do in the next session, loop and function. That's why we'll do it in the next session. Okay, collab link, let me share. I had shared it. Okay, I had shared it, I guess, to okay. Please go through the things. Let me know if you have doubts. Go through everything right from the top to bottom, and if anything is not clear, you can let me know. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.